What is up, guys? It is the Sound Alchemist, and welcome back to another epic Warhammer 40k video. First and foremost, I want to say Happy New Year to all you guys who've been subscribers, and if you're not a subscriber, thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting down below your questions throughout all of 2018, and here's to another epic year. Speaking of epicness, this year I will be releasing the entire lore for my own fan lore, the 11th Legion, the Lost Legion, the Celestial Sons. If you don't know what that is, it's a fan lore that I personally have been making for the past 2 or 3 years, and I think I'm to the point where this year I'm ready to release the solid lore. It's been an evolving project, because a lot of it was done back in 7th edition. However, with the change from 7th to 8th, I had to rework a lot of things, and I almost basically started from scratch. So, with that said, I never really added a character to represent me, myself, the Sound Alchemist, into my own Space Marine army. So with that being said, I was kind of asking you guys who or what should be that character for me. What type of model should it be? Should it be for the Celestial Sons, or should it be to the Renegades, the Traitors, the Infernal Sons? So here today I present you with 3 options, and want to get to know your opinions down in the comments below. Which one do you think represents me more? Which storyline do you like better? And what overall aspect do you enjoy out of these 3 options? So without further ado, let's dive into the origins of the Space Marine known as Alkhem. Alkhem, the Ashen Ghost. He was a survivor from the Fractured Sun incident, who discovered that he had psychic abilities. His psychic ability was that of teleportation. Alkhem would engulf himself in a ghostly white flame, and his body would then dematerialize into ash. But this was actually his ability to fling himself into the warp, where he would emerge elsewhere. For hundreds of years, he tried to perfect his ability, teleporting to the next place, unknown of where he would come out. And finally, after hundreds of years, he perfected it. During these hundreds of years, he worked as a lone warrior, striking down Xenos and Chaos alike, all for one goal of reuniting with the survivors of the 11th Legion, the Celestial Sons. His weapons consist of a sniper rifle, a bolt pistol, both frag and crack grenades, as well as a combat knife. Using the 8th edition rules, his psychic power would give him the ability to exit the battlefield and then deep strike the following turn. Also, if he was in close combat at the time, the unit that he was in combat with would take D3 mortal wounds via the warp flame that he would summon before deep striking elsewhere. Alkhem, the Grantor of Immortality. During the Fractured Sun incident, the Emperor ordered his forces to eliminate captains, mutants, aka psychers, and apothecaries as high priority targets. And during the purging of the Celestial Sons, Alkhem pledged his loyalty to the Imperium and to the Emperor, abandoning his legion. To prove his loyalty, he assassinated the entire barracks of wounded Celestial Sun Marines that he had just been healing. 27 Marines, 27 lives he took that day. And after the Edict of Obliteration ended, he was forced into the ranks of the Ultramarines. For 10,000 years, he scoured the battlefields, saving as many of his fallen battle brothers as he could. And legend states that he never lost a single vial of gene seed after he recovered it, even if it meant going straight into near suicidal situations. And as a reward for his heroics, Alkhem was upgraded with the Primaris gene. And in dire situations, he would become commander of his own Primaris unit in order to aid him during highly valuable VIP search and rescue missions. When Alkhem heard of the possibility of the 11th Legion still having survived the Edict of Obliteration, he slowly began recruiting other Ultramarines who had originally been Celestial Sons from before the heresy. and he slowly began upgrading them, one by one, with the Primaris gene seed. And so began his rebellion. When the time was right, Alkhem and his Primaris followers, called the Immortals, betrayed the Imperium and left to join the Celestial Sons. The only hint of the rebellion was the destruction of the Ultramarines' gene factory, and Alkhem's commanding officers, riddled with 27 bolt pistol rounds. Alkhem, the Iron-Blooded. Flesh and bone are weak and mutable, and yet the demonic is ultimately insubstantial and impotent. To be master of both matter and energy, and blend this mastery with ultimate control of one's consciousness, that is to achieve true immortality. Saved by Dante Hueco, the Midnight Sun, Alkhem devoted himself entirely to his savior after the Fractured Sun incident. Infused with the chaotic energies of the Demon Forge, insert name here, Alkhem crafted Dante a powerful mechanical body via the Iron Blood ritual. Now he forges new demon engines to aid the Infernal Suns in their hunt for the Celestial Sons. Gameplay-wise, he's a mix of Fabius Bile and a Chaos Warpsmith. Basically, he fixes demonic engines, and he grants boons to other Chaos units. And with that being said, guys, those are the origins, potential origins, to me, my character in my own fan army. So, what did you guys enjoy most? I clearly have one that I enjoy most if you didn't get that from these three options. So, I think I'm going with number 2. Number 2 is definitely going to be it. However, I really enjoy the other two character backstories, so much so that I'm going to include them into the armies. But yeah, as I was writing these three, like, the ideas just flowed out. Everything came out so seamless. It really brought me back to last year when I would be writing the stories for my Lost Legion, and how fun it was, and how everything just kind of flowed right out. Like, I didn't have to worry about writer's block, and I didn't have to worry about just anything. It was really fun writing this. I really enjoyed it. So with that being said, I still want to know your opinions. What did you guys think about each three options, or each three backstories? The first one being the Ashen Ghost, the teleporting sniper, essentially. Also, Alkhem, the granter of immortality, since technically he is giving them immortality through the removal of the gene seed and back into implantation of the gene seed. He's keeping the Space Marine legions alive. Although it was a tragic backstory, because he had to kill the top, he killed 27 Space Marines, his own battle brothers, and eventually he got revenge, putting 27 bullets into his commanding officers. Now, I think this one hit home with me more, since at one point I was studying to be a nurse, but life got into the way of that. But yeah, so I really enjoyed the apothecary that would be Alkhem. And with that same one, not only can I bring an apothecary into my legion, which my legion has no apothecaries because in the Fractured Sun incident, they all got taken out. It's like if the Imperium saw an apothecary, headshot, they're gone. Or, in the case for Alkhem, they were implemented into the Ultramarines Legion. So with this, I'm able to bring an apothecary, and he's a Primaris, so I can include Primaris into my army. Although, be it a small force, and the name for these Primaris would be the Immortals, which just sounds awesome. I really like the story. And then the last one, the Iron-Blooded, that's basically a Chaos Warpsmith for my Infernal Suns, which they do encompass all aspects of Chaos. So there's Zeech in there with Arunsar. You got Bellicrax, who worships Nurgle. You've got Slanesh with Dionys, and then you've got the Demon Forge with the Iron-Blooded being represented here, as well as Khorne with Varos, and then the what was his name? Icaros, and he's just Chaos Undivided. So with this, I think I've completed the chaotic alignments entirely into my Chaos Warband. So I think that also hits home as well. And yeah, I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm gonna stop my rant here. Overall, guys, just let me know what you think. Comment down below if you would change anything, if you like it the way it is, or if you want Alkhem to be another character. Oh, and since I chose for the second option to be named Alkhem, I guess you guys can give me name suggestions for the Iron-Blooded as well as the Ashen Ghost. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Can't wait to read your comments down below, and I'll see you guys with more epic videos for the rest of 2019. As always, I'm the Sound Alchemist, part of One Mind Syndicate, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.